You can see the title of my show today is it's just about basically verify and don't give up, quitting, verifying, and so verify, never surrender. And one of the things that I want to tell you is that you should verify any information that you get or receive from anyone. They're not going Here's the thing, can you handle the truth? No, you cannot. You cannot handle their truth. But if you verify, you might realize or come to know that what they're telling you is not true because they are a judge, because they're a lawyer, because they're a police officer or someone in authority does not mean that they have what you call knowledge that's going to be correct. Usually, when they deal with us or deal with people in our community, Black people, they always tell us what they want us to hear. They tell us things so that we can't win the Monopoly game. It's hard to beat the Monopoly game. It takes money. It takes a lot of money and it takes property. And of course, everything in America is based on money, based on property, whether or not you own it, whether or not you have it. Again, it's hard. So, can you handle the truth? There was a movie called A Few Good Men's where Tom Cruise was a judge advocate general, that's a lawyer in the military, and he was defending these two guys that actually had killed someone and they had them up for murder. And the Colonel Jack Nicholson was the person that actually ordered them, and Tom Cruise was really going after him. And finally, he said, "I realize." Can you handle the truth? You can't. He was telling him to tell the truth. He said, you can't handle the truth. And folks, if you want to see that movie, it's a pretty good movie. You may have seen it already. And so here's the thing of it is that I want to ask you, can you handle the truth? Yes, you can handle the truth if you go out and verify, never give up. See, I'm one of those people that's not going to give up. I'm not going to surrender. I want to deviate a little bit and I want to talk about Facebook. And the reason why I said Facebook is that Facebook is our channel to venting, our channel. Now, I use social media platforms to vent. A lot of you do the same things. I think that sometimes when we vent, it can be inappropriate, especially when we get on there and we're talking about the drugs that we use or the drugs that we consume, or we get on there and we're talking about doing some damage to someone. You understand that when Facebook became available, and we just gonna say social media platforms and not just pick on Facebook, but social media platforms such as Facebook, Twitter, X, Snapchat, those places are used by us to vent, to talk about others, to show our ass, to shake our ass, and things like that. All these things, understand that anything that you say, what I want to say to you, would you want your child to see you shaking your ass or say you got on just twerking? I get those twerking videos where females that I don't even know send twerking videos to reaching out with Eddie, and the first thing we do is that we delete it. They come on to me, they come on the Q, and Q is not feeling well today, so it's not going to be all about me. But she is watching this. As you know, most of you that watching this channel, she's expecting, and she, of course, this time of year, everybody has a cold, and of course, they like mostly some of you out there with the burning, the runny nose, the stuffy nose, and it's because plants are pollinating. They pollinate more time. Most they folks Plants pollinate year round. If a plant is growing, it's pollinating, and so but during the springtime, you have more of it taking place than at any other time of the year. But I want to get back to my show today. And people, I want to tell you that I want you to subscribe. Go to my YouTube channel, Reaching Out with Eddie. I know you're watching on Facebook. Well, I want you to subscribe. And the reason why I want you to subscribe because, and it's not about money for me, because even with the number of subscribers that I have on there, I can monetize it, but I don't. I just want to I want to feel like that I'm making a difference in your life. If I'm making a difference in your life, then I know that because the subscriber is going up. If you lose interest in what I'm saying, I'm not that person. If you are a religious person, when God destroyed both Sodom and Gomorrah, he was questioned. Uh, and one of the questions was asked, if there was one righteous person, there would. And I guess it's Abraham. Abraham wanted to know, you're going to destroy the whole city? And according to the Bible, everybody in that city was corrupt. And so if God said it had been one person there, he would not have destroyed the city if it had been one righteous person. And this me my interpretation and me paraphrasing. And I'm saying that I said that to say this. If just one person get something out what I'm telling you, well, I'm glad that if I can change one person's life, if I can make a difference in one person's life with the information that I'm giving you. But hell, I'm not going to stay on here preaching to one person. I'm not God. I'm not going to keep on wasting my time, wasting my energy. I spend money. I go on Restream so that I can send it to all the social media platforms. Of course, I only send it to two, and that's YouTube, and I send it to Facebook because I could send it to up to 16 or 17. So I pay a monthly fee on Restream for that. So if any of you out there interested in doing that, you can inbox me. I have the webpage, and I have shut all that down because you get tired of just saying the same thing over and over, basically talking to the same people. Go look in the mirror. Next time you look in the mirror when you're washing your face, brushing your teeth, and then look at yourself, and you should feel indicted because it's you. You out there in podcast land is the reason why we're in dire straits. If you didn't vote in the last primary, if you didn't vote in the last election, if you don't vote in any election, you are part of the problem. If you have children that's going to a substandard second tier educational institutions such as Meridian Public School and Birmingham Public School, some of the schools are good. One or two schools in our community being good is not good enough. All of the schools need to be good because it is your child and my child that's being affected by an inferior education. Our children that are not being educated at the same level where they can go and pass a ACT or SAT or MAT or GRE or LSAT, that's law school admission test, and they require you to take the GRE, that's graduate records examination, or Miller's analysis test to get into graduate school. And you have to make to go to UAB, you have to make a 50 on the MAT, and they require a high score to get into a good college. You need to be in the 20s to go to a good college such as UAB. And so, but you can't pass these tests if you get an inferior education. You cannot pass these tests if you go to a school, and here it is. You have schools that focus more on what our children are saying, how our children are acting. We got an attitude. Yes, we have attitude. I have an attitude. I'm gonna stop again, and I'm gonna get back to that. Today I went to Marvin's. I went to Marvin's in Calera. That's Calera, Alabama. And Calera, Alabama is from where I am is about 40 miles from where I am. And so we're talking about 55 miles from where I'm doing my project at, or coming to Meridian, where it is probably altogether about 160 miles. So I saved myself 100 miles. But when I go up I'm in these areas, there's a majority, almost like probably about 95% of the citizens in this city are white. And so I go into this store, I don't see any black employees. That don't bother me. I don't care because I'm used to that. I don't even see any blacks in there shopping. And so the lady was rude. She was actually rude, telling me what she can't do. Now, let me tell you a little bit about me. Is that I have an account. An account, not with Marvin. I have an account, a credit card that I can use at any Marvin store. I have a credit card that I can use in any Lowe's store. I have a credit card that I can use in any Home Depot store. So I am a Marvin's customer. I am part of Marvin's bread, but them white folks did not care. They was just disrespectful and rude. And I told her, hey, I have my receipt right here. She's looking at me as if I either stole this weed eater or something. Y'all hear Two Belt talking to me. So, bro, what's wrong with the weed eater? I ain't gonna tell you, Two Belt. Yeah, man. And I know what Two Belt saying, bro. You must have couldn't figure out how to do the strings or something, and you open it up and operate. Two Belt, I'm not gonna admit to that. And y'all need to tell Two Belt to leave me alone. It doesn't matter. I took it back to Home Depot. I took it back to Marvin, and the lady was very rude. The thing is brand new. I hadn't had it a week. I charged it in Meridian, Mississippi about a week or so ago. And so she was very rude. I said, you're not used to dealing with black peoples, are you? I said, you don't know how to talk to black people. Ooh, that lady got upset. That lady said, you get out of my store. I said, what? I said, I'm a Marvin customer. I'm part of your, but yes, you get out of here. I don't like attitude. We went back and forth a few minutes. And so now here's the thing of it is, folks. Now let me tell you. So we got to know when to fold them. That's what the gambler said. You got to know when to hold them, when to fold them. So, and in counseling, we call it good dog, bad dog. You don't put the good dog on first, and then you put the bad dog. Now, if you're in a situation where you're dealing with people that you usually know, then you always come with your best personality, your best mannerism. You come with your best. And so you let the good dog out first. But when you're dealing with people that you don't know, it doesn't matter about what color they are. If you're dealing with people that you don't know and they come at you, they insult you, or they attack you mentally, physically, or verbally, you put the bad dog out. Let's take let's take the physicality out of it. It's not being physical. Let's say mentally or verbally. When people, you got to immediately unleash your bad dog. And that's what I did. Once you unleash the bad dog and they see what kind of person you are and understand that you're not going to accept anything or you're not going to be disrespected, then you put the good dog. You cage your bad dog, meaning that you do a complete 180. And that's what I did. And so, boy, she was upset. I said, well, can we start over? I said, well, let's start over. Because she was telling me how I came. I said, well, let's start over. She already know who I am now. Everybody in the store know who I am now. And so at this point, and then she said, yes, we can. She said, yes. And so when she said that, see, I'm allowing for her to save face. And so I said, hi, my name is Eddie Holt. I'm a Marvin's customer. I didn't buy this here. I bought it at another store in Mississippi. I would like to return it. She said, hi. And it was, bent over backwards. She was very nice, very friendly, very, very respectful. And so I finally leave. And so I said this to tell you this, folks. I done drove 50 miles. So I could have just left out of that store and I would have lost 100 miles. But not only that, this is the store that I'm going to be dealing with. So I need to establish who I am right now. That I'm not going to disrespect you, but I'm not going to allow for you to disrespect me. I'm a valued customer, and that's how I expect to be treated. And of course, when I left, not only was I being treated like that, so was my son, Lil Tay. Lil G was with me. And so, folks, I want to get back to my story now. I want to get back to our two-tier school system, how that we are not standing up and we are accepting things. And when I said verify, I have so many times I have been told things. So many times you have been told things, and you don't even verify, you just accept. I had a friend of mine, somebody that I've been known, we're gonna call him an associate, somebody that I know for a long period of time, had picked up charges in Meridian, Mississippi, and Dustin changed his charge, changed it. Now he was charged with one thing, and Dustin changed it because there was no evidence they're doing that to disturbing the peace. He can't do that. He didn't witness disturbing the peace, but this person allowed for Dustin to do that and find him. And so I sent him to Catherine McNair, excellent attorney. And boy, she got all that stuff dismissed and taken off its record. But see how he accepted what was being said, and only until something else happened made him question that. So a second thing happened. So now he need help, and so that's when he confided in me through Lolo. You know, Lolo is. I want to give kudos. Y'all need to give kudos to Lolo. She do a lot. She's always giving you guys information. She works tirelessly to make things different for you guys out there. So, and not only her, but Pam Chapman also as a person. So people, when you have like people like that, you really do need to appreciate them because they're not going to always be here for you. And again, I want you guys to go to YouTube and you can watch what you're watching now on Facebook. You can watch it on YouTube, but I want you to do it as a favor so that I can. If you want me to continue to do this, and y'all need to thank Lo again. Had it not been for Lo, I would not be back doing this podcast. I had literally deleted. I'm talking about deleted my. You can delete any email account. I had deleted the Reaching Out with Ed email account. I had deleted the Facebook, and I had canceled Restream. And so I opened all of that back up so that I can continue to give you guys information. Understand that everybody know who I am. I am a fighter. I'm going to verify what you tell me because I read so much. I'm what you call well read. Because sometimes you tell me something, and when I'm saying you, I'm not being specific. I'm being general. When a person or individual or entity or person in authority say something to me or tell me something, I'm going to verify. If I know that they're wrong, I'm not going to allow for them to write them about challenge. And sometimes I won't. And everything that I tell you here is basically educational, you know. And so I definitely wanted to tell you guys that. So I have these notes that I'm going to go through and I'm going to tell you. So I'm reaching over and I have these notes. Never give up the fight, people. Fight, fight, fight. When you get tired, sleep, wake up and fight again. Continue to fight until you prevail. If you give up, you'll never win. Winners never quit and quitters never win. Never quit, never give up, and you will always win and prevail. Sometimes you don't know where to go or what to do. That's what people like me, like Lo, come in at. And there's some of you out there, even Pam Chapman, it's very resourceful when it comes to knowing things or knowing who to contact and get in touch with. And but I just wanted to tell you guys that don't accept what they tell you, because they're not going to tell you the truth. They're going to tell you their truth. And that's what it's coming in. Can you handle the truth? No, you cannot handle their truth, because their truth is going to oppress you. Their truth is going to put you in jail or create some kind of fine for you to choose. It's almost impossible and impractical for you to pay. If you look at it, that we are still bottom feeders. When I said we, I'm talking about black people. Everybody eat on us. I mean, we're the prey. We're not the predator. Everybody eats on us. We are bottom feeders. Here we are at the bottom of the lake like a catfish, eating any and everything, accepting any and everything that they do to us or say to us. We are so accepting. We love to go to social media. We love to go to the news. We read the news now. This is front page news story. This is not true, folks. That a bomb is headed toward us at this very, very moment. And it made front page news, but you won't know about what's going on with you and us, because you going straight to who got arrested. Then they sell a little book, Who Got Arrested, and these different counties. You go and buy that book. They see, again, here we spending money that we don't have to spend on something that's really none of our business. What business of it is it of yours to know who the hell got arrested? What business is it, unless you're going to do something about it? You just want to know about that shit so you can go in Facebook and talk about people. How is that we can feel good and be happy when one of us is not doing well? Let me tell you something now. I know that some of my family is listening and watching this, so I'm going to say this to you. Sometimes age doesn't make a difference in coming across with wisdom. Sometimes a younger person, and I don't expect any of my family members to say anything about this, what happened, but I know what happened, and I didn't like what happened, and I'm not going to discuss it with you. I'm basically talking to my family members. My love is unconditional. I don't like what you do all the time. I don't like what you say all the time, but I don't love you any less. So I expect my family to stay the fuck off social media talking to each other and saying certain things. I expect my family to stop using my fucking name unless I'm involved in the conversation. Now, that's what I'm going to say about my family. That kind of shit pissed me off. Keep my name out of y'all shit. Do whatever the fuck y'all want to do and say whatever y'all want to say. And I'm talking to all you niggas out there in podcast land. Say what the fuck you want to say. Do what the fuck you want to do to each other, because that means that you ain't doing no good anyway. You're not listening to me. I'm giving you good information. I'm giving you things that'll help your life be better and help you do better about yourself. So, hey, get the fucking together. Stop worrying so much about this other shit, but get it together. Clean your own fucking house up before you start cleaning up other people's houses. In order to make sure your life is together. If you're going to take advice from somebody, take advice from somebody like me that have been there and have done that, have been in the, I've been in the belly of the whale. I've been in the well. I've been in the belly of the whale with Jonah. I saw Jonah light the fucking fire and shit in the whale. Fucking got him the fuck up out of there. Meaning, metaphorically speaking, meaning I've been in fucking prison. I've been in jails, and I've been in jails lately at my damn age. It doesn't matter about me going to jail. It just matters how the story ends. How's the story going to end putting Grey Holt in fucking jail? It's not going to end good. You're going to learn, Dustin Markham, all you niggas out there going to learn that it's some niggas that you just can't fuck with. I'm that nigga. Only thing you can do to me is fucking blow my damn brains out. It ain't gonna like all that afterlife shit that you talking about. It ain't like that. If I'm dead, I'm gonna be landing. Oh Lord Jesus, I'm dead right now. I sure wish I hadn't done or said that death is it's final. It's over with. So I'm saying this to my family. Stay the fuck off social media, talking to family any kind of way and saying shit, putting the shit out there for everybody to read. And keep my name out of y'all shit. If you want to go to social media, damn it, take Holt out of it, because you don't see any hosts doing that shit but my damn relatives. Hell, you a Holt? Really? A Holt has a goddamn, I'm the, you know what, I thought something was wrong with me. Y'all hear Tube Bell time. So, bro, you done got off shit. Not the fuck I ain't. I'm being myself right now. I ain't mean to cuss you though, Tube Bell. Tube Bell always talking to me. But anyway, I used to think that something was wrong with me. Now, I grew up having asthma, couldn't breathe good, and I always had to sit and watch. It was a curse for me. Every time I tried to play, Two Bell can outrun me, Kirk can outrun me, my sisters, everybody in the neighborhood could outrun me. I couldn't even play. I couldn't run. I couldn't play. I couldn't jump up and down. I had asthma just that bad. So I had to sit and watch them play. Yes, I got to play sometime, but not all the time because I was sick all the time. Mama didn't have the money to send me to the doctor. And so, like, that was a curse for me to watch you guys have fun and play and do things, and I could. But my curse ended up being my blessing because it taught me. I didn't realize then, but I do now, that that's the first method of the first variable of the scientific method is observation. Wow. Meaning sit and look and watch and learn. And so that's what I do. And so, folks, I say this now is that I grew up being different. I always was thinking, and then I educated myself. Now, I'm the kind of person that's I gotta put my hand in the fire sometime. When I was young and didn't know any better, I had to put my hand. Here I am. I'm talking to you guys on this podcast. I'm talking to you so that you don't have to put your hand in the fire. So, but I did, because I didn't have anybody talking to me or telling me anything. In other words, I went to the school of hard knocks. I learned things the hard way by trial and error. When you have people like Lolo and myself talking to you, you don't have to do the trial and error because we've already done that, or we know somebody done that, and we can prevent you from doing those things that's going to be detrimental to your self-esteem and you living a good life and enjoying it. So, folks, I end up going to college. I am the first college graduate. I am the first. Minnie Lee Holt, I am the first college graduate. Y'all know Minnie Lee Holt had 13 children. She's from a family of 16. Out of my matrilineal side, folks, I am the first person to graduate from college. I am the first one in my family to get a 4-year degree. I was the first person to get a master's degree. At this particular time, I am the only person from my mother's side of the family with a master's degree. I am. Now, some of my children are working on it and they're going to get it. But I'm the first, folks. But I thought I was different because I look at all my sisters and brothers. I look at all my first cousins. I look at all of their children, and ain't none of them college educated. I thought there was something fucking wrong with me. I was some kind of child prodigy, and I am. I don't mind telling you that, and I'm not bragging. I'm sticking. I am that nigga. Watch Django Unchained. I am that damn one nigga in a fucking thousand. I am him. And some of you out there is that nigga, male and female. But I thought I was different. And then as I got older and was able to go to my bloodline, my patrilineal side, my daddy folks, my daddy folks, I started seeing CIA agents. I started seeing bachelor's, master's, specialist degrees, teachers, principals, ambassadors, doctors, lawyers. I started, damn, I'm not fucking different after all. I'm just carrying on the family tradition, folks. That's all I'm doing. And I expect when you start putting my name in some shit like Great Legacy, God damn it, carry on my fucking family tradition. But where your college degree at? Where your master's degree at? What kind of job do you have? Now, I ain't trying to step on no, if the shoe fit, damn it, put it on and wear it. Now, I ain't calling nobody names, but I expect what I say. Especially if you're dealing with me. Now, I can't make you. I can. Folks, I can shut anything down. I can fuck anybody up I want to, just like a lot of you out there can. I just choose not to. I choose to use my pen than to use the sword or the pistol or a stick or a knife or a gun. I choose to use a pen. It's my choice. And I'm way more dangerous with that pen than I am with my side kick, roundhouse kick, spinning back kicks, my nunchucks, my tonfa, my size. I'm a martial art expert. Even at my age, I'm still extremely dangerous when it comes to hand-to-hand combat. That's what no, I don't do the MMA shit. I don't play fight. Don't come to me and tell me let's spar, none of that shit. And if I'm not teaching karate, we're not gonna do that. If you put your hands on me and violate my personal space, I'm gonna get you up out of it. And I'm going to do so in the most profound way. Ain't no sense in putting no rules there because I don't follow no damn rules. Now, I don't fuck with people because I know it's a lot of people out there just like me. They don't follow rules either. You mess with them, they're going to take it to the head. Now that's how I am. But I want to go on now, and I want to talk about some more things. Are you listening to me? How do I know you listen to me? Because you like what I say and you want to hear what I'm gonna say next. Well, I would know you're listening to me if I see a difference in your life. I would know that you're listening to me if you start voting. I would know that you're listening to me if you stand up for what's right for our neighborhood. We're bottom feeders. We're not doing good, and it's up to us. We fucked up. My generation fucked up. The generation X, Y, and Z. My generation did that, and the generation after me, the baby boomers, the millennials, we fucked up generation X, Y, and Z. We did that because we didn't teach them what they needed to know because we didn't know. But how about me and some of my siblings and some of my friends and associates? We weren't taught what to do and how to do through the school of hard knocks. Now I have a friend, and I have a friend that's a brother, and I ain't gonna call his name, but yes I will. I'll tell y'all Ed Lynch. Ed Lynch, that's our family man. Ed Lynch, my brother. Edward always was able to watch me put my damn hand in the fire and get burning. He learned and laughed from that shit. And it was his son, my little nephew, that taught me how to use a hammer because I used to loot it. Bam! Boy, I hit my thumb. He just started laughing. I didn't know how to use a hammer. Nobody never told me. But I ain't like this little nigga laughing at me, and I don't mean no disrespect. He laughing at me. I said, shit. I picked it up again. I came down again. Now, let me tell you something, folks. You got to be some kind of crazy person to hit your thumb as hard as you can. The third time, I almost knocked the nail off. Now my hand's shaking, folks. I'm talking about shaking like this with the hammer and everything. But he's showing up laughing now. But I couldn't let him win, folks. I wasn't gonna let him win. But in this time, because my hand hurt, I just tapped it a little bit. And when I tapped it, the nail stayed in there. And I pulled my hand back, and I was able to hit it and knock it down. That's how I learned how to use a hammer. See, I learned from experience that just tap the nail and then move your hand back and come down and hit it. And so, folks, but Ed is that kind of person. So what I'm saying is to say this, is some of you out there gonna put your hand in the fire. A lot of you can just sit back and observe and learn, and that's a good thing. Oh, when you start talking about something wrong with us, ain't nothing wrong with us but lazy, because we are some highly intelligent people. I'm not talking about some of you out there in podcast land. I'm talking about all of you out there in podcast land. You are highly intelligent, but we're lazy. Yeah, we are lazy. We won't do what we need to do so that we'll be okay. Do you understand that? Look at us. Look at me. I can show you a picture of me. I don't look the same as I did a year ago, 2 years ago, 20 years ago. I'm not the root. I'm those branches up in the top. I'm the leaves of the tree. You out there are leaves, your branches, your trunks, but you're not the roots. But we fucked our roots up, baby. Apologize for that. Folks, if we are to survive as a race of people, we're going to have to start looking out for those that are coming behind us. We're going to have to start properly in teaching our children. But it's got to start at the school system. You should have your drawers bunched up in your ass about Meridian Public School. You should be asking that school board be fired, that damn Amy Carter ass go, because the children, they're not educating. The miseducation of your children. They're creating, and you have what you call an industrial reserve army. Industrial reserve, that's people that are unemployed. Then you have what you call an army of people. We're going to call it the penal industrial reserve army. Those are your children that are being miseducated. They're educating or instructing your children, talking to your children in any kind of way. Here this person is with a doctorate degree. Said, no, you ain't. You better get somewhere and sit down, knucklehead. How is it you have a PhD and you calling a student that's sent there for you to educate a knucklehead, and doing so in other than everybody else thinking it's funny? And then it's personal with them. They have been dumbed down, and they're so ignorant. They're so ignorant of what really is going on. They accept that fucking check with their tight ass and go home and come back the next day and fuck your child up. And it's our fault. It's your fault because you won't stand up for shit. You accept anything. And man, it kind of pisses me off. And so again, are you listening? Let me see you get involved. Remember, never give up. And can you handle the truth? Hell no. You can't handle their truth, but you can handle the real truth, because the real truth gonna tell you and show you what to do and what to do about it. Not all the time they're telling you things that that's going to benefit you. They're gonna tell you things that will oppress you, that will incarcerate you. that'll fix it so you can't go past go. Do you realize that if you're living in a poor neighborhood, your children gonna go to a poor school, they're gonna get a poor education, and they'll get a poor job and have a poor outlet in life? And those are the people that clean the hotel, that go to jail, that do all these things to keep the system itself going. They are the wheels on the road. Black people are. We are the wheels. We are the thing. We are the group of people that keep everything going, because we can't get along with each other, and we rather fight and come across as being haughty and being. It doesn't matter, man. It doesn't matter what you think about me. Is what you say to me. You be careful what you say to me, because I'm gonna be careful what I say to you. Um, I know that Q is watching, and so if Q will, I'm gonna want her to read these comments and let me comment. And Q, you can I'm sure that you can probably figure out a way to read the comments. I want to ask you. I want to tell you people three things. I'm gonna talk about your FICO score. FICO, FICO is a credit score created by what is called the Fair Isaac Corporation. They created that in order to look at you, and there's five things they look at. And so it's not just your score. Having a high score does not complete the story. You got to be right across the board. Your score tells your worthiness, your credit worthiness. It tells your current level of indebtedness and the type of credit that you're using. And it also tells you about your payment history, right? All these things it tells you about. And so and also you need to, folks, let me tell you something. You can look at your credit. I didn't know how important it was, man. And my daughter Tracy, she did. And my daughter Tracy brags on an 800 credit score. And listen, that ain't nothing to just sneeze about. And I changed mine just by getting involved and doing what I need to do, the things that I told you about. And so, and Tracy's, and I want to say this to Tracy. I know that she's listening. You're one of my heroes. And I just, folks, I can tell you, like, when I got out of jail and I came home, it was my daughter Tracy that taught me. I came home and when Tracy was 15 and 16 years old, she was teaching me things about the streets that I did not know. And I really appreciate her for that. And so I just want, Tracy is one of my unsung heroes. Now listen to me, I don't want any of my other children to feel any kind of way, because you all know how I feel about you. I love all of my children. I love all of you unconditionally. There's a couple I don't fool with, and oh, here they'll go to that again. Well, they don't fool with me. Let's just put it like that. And so, but anyway, I have a son too that's incarcerated, and but I miss Korea, because Korea would laugh. She called Xavier Soldier Slim and called Tarius Can't Get Right. But I can just tell you this, and I know he'll see this one day. I love my son, and I think it's so unfortunate what he went through and what he's been subjected to. My son has done a lot of time, folks, but if you add up the amounts of money or the things that he's done, my son, this is his second time doing robbery, and the total amount of money that my son the restitution for my son this time was $20, and the time before then it was $18. And now this time it was a white person. The last time it was a black person in the neighborhood that was strung out on crack. He actually was the one that created the entire incident. And so my son Tyre's not a bad kid, but I can tell you what, that nigga love his family. He's a goddamn team player. He's not going. He just is. I can just tell you that he's done things for me that actually jeopardize him, and I both know what all those things are. And so, but I have another son, and he's quiet, and he's more like me, in my opinion, than any son I have, and that's Little G. His cousin John Clay gave him that name, and that gave it to him when he was a little baby. So even John saw something that I come to realize that he's really so much like me. And I can go on and on. I got a son that's I have a son that's up this way, and he's kind of like my baby because he's sick all the time. And so I got to make sure he's okay, because I'm like the leprechaun. I done lost one. I can't stand to lose another one. And of course, I can go on and on. And I have a daughter in Texas, and I love you. Sometimes you do things and say things that I don't approve of, but it don't mean that I love you any less. So I love you. I want to say this to my son Xavier. All of us are transitioning to Alabama. I need for you to do the same thing. You know, you're my baby, and I love you, and things like that. And I can go on and on and on. You know, I've talked about my I have son, Cody and Carter, love them. I can just go on and on, but I want to talk about my adult children now. Max, proud of him, love him, and Jada, love you, Reek, boy. Reek is something else, folks. But I love all of you unconditionally. I left your name out. It wasn't intentional, but I just know that I love my family. Arizona, Lord, Lord, if they had to stop Arizona, folks, I tell you, Arizona would be a damn shoot. She'd probably be a command sergeant major now. That's how fast she was getting promoted. She got promoted like she was in the Vietnam battlefield. It's because she was so smart. In Iraq, somewhere like that, she was getting Afghanistan. She was getting promoted just that fast as if she was in a war type situation. She was getting promoted faster than Otto Murphy was when he was fighting in World War II. And they stopped it. Said, we're just not giving you any more rank until 5 years or something like that had to pass. Um, I tell y'all too. I just gotta say this about Jeff. I just saw his name, Jeff. I am so proud of you folks. Y'all just know Jeff come from Highway Village. Jeff come from the hood, and Jeff has about man. Jeff is doing so well. This is a person Clarence Thomas talk about it. Jeff actually did it by pulling himself by his own bootstrap, buying new trucks. He's an owner operator, hiring now. He's hiring other people's and giving them jobs. So you, Jeff is my brother. Jeff is, we call each other cuz, but Jeff is my brother. And I'm talking about Jeff. And if you can find a person that's 100, whether it's male or female, I was fortunate enough to find two. The first one I found to be 100 was Jeff. The second one, Fred Welch. And man, I'm telling you, man, I can't even give them two guys there enough kudos, because I can tell you, and I just got to talk about, I got a baby girl, boy, she ain't no joke. Hey, Aaliyah. But anyway, I'm talking about Aaliyah. Not you, I got you that time, Aaliyah. But Aaliyah is my first child, I tell you, and I'm so proud of her. She always makes her own money. If her name was Sally, she would be Mustang Sally, because she got about a 2022 Mustang. But I'm proud of my children. So if I didn't, I got a son out in California, and son, I love you, but I always grew up missing you and everything like that. His mother took him to California at an early age. They went to Gardena. They lived in Hawthorne, and I think he's one of them West Side Gardena Crips. He ain't no joke. But I love my son, and he, you know, I just hope. I like to see my children do good and things like that, and I like to be able to make a difference in all of them lives. So right now, it's kind of like I'm living again. You know, living again. My wife is expecting. They just so many good things going on, and people. I want to get back to my show before I even start talking about things that I really. Y'all see me crying up here. He. Y'all hear Two Vessel Brooklyn playing. You know you ain't crying, but I will. If Two Vessel tell you, I'm very sensitive when it comes to family or things that's going on. I can get so mad, tears will run down my face. Folks, I'm gonna give y'all three things to talk for me to talk about. And these are true things, right? So I want to tell you that the things that I want to talk about is I was arrested by Polizei. Now, Polizei is German police. I have another thing that I talk about. Why I don't sleep naked anymore. The night I saw the devil. So y'all choose out of those three topics. I want y'all to tell, and so I'm kind of like look at the little thing here. What it is that you want me to talk about? I can talk about the night I saw the devil. Y'all hear too well? The real devil, yes, folks. I actually saw the devil. Look, I actually saw the devil. So if you want me to talk about that, I'll talk about that. And then, of course, why I don't sleep naked anymore. These are little short stories. Then the other one, I was arrested by Polizei. So those are the three things that I can talk about, folks. And so folks, I want to say this is that we had a tendency to burn bridges too quick. So I always try to go to sleep at night. If you're in a relationship with someone that's significant in your life and y'all get into an argument that day, y'all bury the hatchet before y'all go to bed that night, because that person is not necessarily going to wake up the next day. If you have a problem with a person and you getting ready to leave and you're going to be gone for a while, make sure you fix that problem, because you can get back and that person can be gone, or either you can be gone. So Either you could feel bad because that person is not here anymore, or that person will feel bad. And it'll teach us to work things out. And our children are watching us. They're watching us how we do things. So we're telling our children not to do this and not to do that, but we show them that we're doing not only that, we're doing this too. So watch what we say and watch what we do, and try to go to bed at night and make a difference. Now, if I don't hear anything about what I should do, I want to talk about first responders. I used to always talk about every time a car wreck or something like that happened, then you see the firemen pull up there first, right? To me, this was a gross waste, a lot, just a waste of resources. You burning oil unnecessary, but they're no longer called firemen. Your firemen, your sheriff, your police officer, and even your paramedics are called first responders now. So when they get a call, now you have police officers, you have sheriff deputy that knows CPR and basic first aid, but the first responders, but every fireman has paramedics that are trained paramedics. They are usually the first one at a scene, and they are called first responders because no matter where an accident happened, usually the fireman is not too far away. So firemen are able to get there first. And so I wanted to give kudos, and I want a lot of you to know that the firemen get there first because they are the first responders. They are the ones, and they have paramedics, and they have made the difference in a person living or dying by getting there first and administering CPR. So I'm going to read the comments, and we're going to go through these comments, and I'm going to get down and whatever I have on there that you want me to talk about, and then I'm going to end my show. Okay, this cute just saying, hey, baby, hey, baby. Wilma Swinson says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Miss Swinson. I think I'm saying your name right. We have oh, that's cute. Just saying, since I'm pregnant, head cold, it's hitting me worse. Yeah, that is true. Hey, baby. Oh, Jada, but Jada, you know, Jada's just about ready to turn 19. You know, she's so mature, always has been, and always made good choices. Jada, I love you, baby, and I'm so, so proud of you. I really am. She always got it right. And she wasn't so assertive at first, but she's very assertive now. And that's why I like. I like for my children to say how they feel and what it is that they want to know. Don't sometimes you can't say certain things that comes, that's called the diplomacy. But I'm very proud of her. One of the things that reaching out said, and I guess this cute, she's saying that we rather be messy than to be productive, and I've seen that a lot, and we got to get away from that. And I ain't always been who I am or where I am, but I can tell you this, that I've always metamorphosized. I've always continued to change for the better. One of my first teachers, I'm not talking about learning karate. One of my first teachers was Tracy. Hello, baby. And people wonder why their kids don't want to go to school and they drop out of school. Some teachers do not care about the children or their education. And that is true. And it's because they've been taught and they passing it down. It's because you allow for them. When I gave you the story about Knucklehead, this actually happened, folks. It actually happened where I heard the principal call a child a knucklehead, and then I spoke out about it. And she said, "Oh, no, 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 I didn't mean no." I actually thought I stopped when when she said, "Wait here." We went to the school, and she said, "Wait here," and she was talking to the student at the school, and I didn't come. She said, "Come on, Mr. Hope." That's why I thought you was talking to me. She's, "Oh no, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to that knucklehead over there." And then, of course, that's one of the first things I addressed when I sat down before I start discussing my issue. And I can tell you, some people, if you allow for them to lead you, they will lead you. Now, I didn't get anybody to tell me anything, and so it's I wanted to tell y'all how profound Prince was, and so that's gonna be the thing that I want to recommend that you guys talk about. I want to recommend that y'all watch Collect Call with Suge Knight. He has 15 episodes. Go from one to the next, especially if you're driving, you're going places. It is very good. Watch it, folks. It is very educational. It'll tell you things about the industry that you did not know. I highly recommend you look at that. Since no one told me what I'm gonna ask, I want to tell y'all about why I don't sleep anymore. Um, I had escaped from jail. When I escaped from jail, I again, Juanita was with. She didn't help me. Well, she She drove the getaway car. She came. Folks, they couldn't follow me anyway. But I just got to tell you, Tracy mother, man, I'm telling you, Juanita Thomas, you just really just she's a jewel like her mother. Her mother is Miss Taylor is boy. I still have one mother left, and that's my mother. She has always been there for. She was always there for us. She always knew where I was when I was on the run. And I want to thank her for that. I think when I'm gonna go to town just to see her, just to tell her how much I appreciate her. Now I'm gonna tell you every time I see her, I don't care how bad it is. Now I got to give her some, boy. I'm telling you, and I don't mind because she's such a sweet and wonderful lady and always. But I gotta go by there and see her and just tell her and give her some more of her flowers because it's sad when we wait till somebody die and we go to the funeral. And I'm not having a funeral. You hear me, Tracy? Y'all hear me, children? I don't want a funeral. I don't even want a fucking memorial because I have a relationship with my children and they know me, they know my wishes. So I don't care for any of that kind of stuff. And I don't really care for my body to be in the ground. There's one reason I would allow for my body to be in the ground. If I own the property and the property, if I'm able to have a family graveyard. Boy, y'all hear Two Bell talking to me. So that must be what you're gonna do. And if I don't, if I'm not able to own the property, where I'm gonna rebuild my mansion at out in the Oak Grove area out in Jefferson County, Southwest Jefferson County, where I'm building it at is 14 acres of land available. I'm gonna buy those 14 acres of land, and it's like a branch, a dry branch. Meaning when it rains, it's a creek. I'm gonna put a pipe in that and cover it up and make a road to the other side, and I'm gonna buy that. And near the top of that hill, I'll probably go through the state and everything and build a graveyard there for my family, for the Hope family. When I say my family, I'm talking about for me. I'll be the first person to be buried there. And then from me, then my children, my wife be buried there. On Blue Bloods can be there. My line, my bloodline be buried there. And it'll be continuation. I'm going there's other things that I have planned that I'm going to talk about and do, but that's one of the things that I'm going to do. And so, why I don't sleep naked anymore. One of the things that Prince said, folks, and I'll tell y'all about that. That'll be the last thing I talk about. But one of the why I don't sleep naked anymore is because when I was on the run, I always slept naked, and it's twice that it's two people that got me in trouble before. One of them is Joey Smith. That's Jimmy Smith brother. Him and I were very good friends, and Jimmy was like a big brother. So even when I was closer to Jimmy's age, but Jimmy was mature. Jimmy dated females that was older than him. He started dating early, and when the first lady he fell in love with, he married. He's married to this day, and we call her Charlene. Y'all call her something else about first name, but he's still married to that same person. But anyway, Jimmy said, we was acting out, and y'all know me when boy meet a girl and then you do certain things. He said, "Man, wow, I ain't gonna even tell you that story because I'm gonna tell you why I used to just sleep naked when I went to bed. Not so much that I had, and yes, I prayed about it, and I think I still do. But when we Miss Taylor met us in New Orleans, Louisiana. This is a story I never told before. Met me, Tracy, and Dorian, and Juanita. We in New Orleans, Louisiana. And so we drove from Houston. I was on the run. I was wanted by the FBI, interstate flight. And everybody, they want me. At this particular time, I had escaped from jail. I didn't just jump bond. So I was arrested twice. The first time for jumping bond. And once they arrested me, they dropped those charges against me, federal charges. And the purpose of the interstate flight is to arrest you in another state because one state does not have jurisdiction over another state. Meaning, an Alabama police officer cannot arrest you in Mississippi, can only arrest you if he's a state trooper. He can arrest you anywhere in the state. If he's a sheriff, he can only arrest you in his county. If he's a police officer, he can only arrest you in the state. But the FBI can arrest you in any United States. They can arrest you. And so that's the reason why they have the interstate flight. But anyway, we didn't have anywhere to stay or anything like that, and so we met Miss Taylor gonna come and pick. uh she came and got the children so me and Juanita could we and Juanita could go to work. So that at that time I wanted to go to Germany. And so I I always slept naked. And so I had met Miss Taylor that day, and we spent a little time together. She got Dorian and Tracy and went on back to Meridian, Mississippi. Juanita and I stayed the night in one of the hotels. Now, I'm always trying to save a dollar. I don't do that now, but I cheapest hotel I could find, which was in the hood, probably in the ninth ward. Wherever it was extremely dangerous area. I didn't know that. And I had a 1977 Camaro Monte Carlo with a 450 engine in it, dual exhaust. So when it crunk up, it sounded like a jet. And here I am. I being from Meridian, Mississippi, I always left the keys in the car. And I know somebody walking and everything and seeing the keys in the car and could not believe it. And so I left the keys in the car. I heard the car crank up. And so here, when I heard the car crank up, I was naked. And so I immediately got up to put my clothes on. I wasn't finna run outside naked. And so what I did is I pulled the pants up. It was hard for me to get them on. I ran outside. By the time I ran outside, the car was pulling away. Never did get that car. When they did find that car was stripped down and they had set it on fire. And another thing, and that was the night because I had Juanita call the police, and she did. And because I called the police and everything, folks, I hit them swamp. So when you want to be free, you don't care about like what's going to happen. When a person escapes from jail, they are extremely dangerous. I didn't know that until I became that person because I wasn't going back. I was not going back. And so that's when I hit the swamps. I was in swamp, man, folks, knee deep. I might have stepped on snakes, anything, but I didn't have no fear. My fear was the fear of losing my freedom. There's no worse fear than the fear of losing your freedom. And that's two things that I told you. I told you about and so I don't sleep naked anymore. I don't, because I can run out in my boxes and everything, but I used to sleep naked. Y'all here too, but bro, why you sleeping naked? So I could always be ready to go, and y'all know what I'm talking about. But I want to tell y'all what Prince said. Prince says that the majority of the people, when they make $20 million or however much money they make, only a small group of people, and we're black people, are able to get some of that money, which makes them a minority. He said, but if we come together as a group, it would change the game, and we can become the majority in the things that we have and we own. What Prince was telling us then, what's going on now with P. Diddy, is that we need to own. We need to stop joining their groups and stop doing what they want us to do. And when we join their groups and become a part of the system that they want us to become a part of, we in turn sell out our own kind. It's kind of like selling your soul to the devil. I'm not calling white people devil, but I'm going to tell you that most of the money that goes into the system stays in the system, and we don't benefit from it all. I want to thank you guys for listening in, and I'll see you guys next Thursday. Make sure I want you guys to hit that subscribe button. I don't give a damn if you like it.